Technology is upon us, ladies and gentlemen, so I decided to buy a virtual reality headset to figure out if it would help you with martial arts. That one.
Perfect.
So I am what I would call like a very low to mid-level gamer. Sort of. Like I play video games. That's it. I've gotten a chance to play with some VR headsets from time to time, and every single time I've done it, I've been completely immersed. But it made me wonder, being a lifelong martial artist, can it help you get better at martial arts? So what I did was the typical YouTuber thing, and I bought a VR headset. For science. Of course, for science, mostly. Bought the headset, the Oculus Quest 2. It just recently came out. I got the cheapest one you could get, but honestly, it's got great reviews, and it's supposed to be really, really good, so I don't feel bad about my purchase. Which I do for most things, let me be clear. I don't buy big things. This is not my thing. But, science. Now, I've compiled a list of about 7 things. 7 things that I think are super important to make you a better martial artist that you have to do with your training time. Whether it's drilling by yourself at home, whether it's sparring, whether it's a class, obviously should make you better at martial arts, right? So within those avenues, you need some sort of training that's going to help you with your hand-eye coordination, your cardio, your balance, your timing, distance management, your repetition of technique and doing the right thing over and over again. And then lastly, it has to give you a look. And when I say a look, like I could just be shadow boxing and that's great. You can get really good at shadow boxing. There's certain times where you need a look. You need something other than your own brain to kind of react to, interact with, stuff like that. And then technically there are way more benefits than just these 7 things. These are just 7 things that are probably the most important to me. Probably, I'm sure I'll think of others later. But if you have any benefits of your own that you think that I missed, that you think that the VR would either help or definitely not help, make sure you comment down below. I'm interested to see. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to open up the headset, I'm going to put it on, I'm going to show you guys kind of what it looks and feels like. I'm going to give you my first thoughts, how it works, how it looks and feels. We're going to talk about if it checks off these boxes, yes, no, maybe. We're going to talk about the pros and cons in general on what this can do for you with your martial arts experience. And then after that, we're going to summarize it and talk about some of the cool stuff that I think the future has in store for martial arts. Also, I should mention this is not a sponsor video. Oculus does not send me this. I did this for the need of science. Martial arts science. Let's go play some video games. Pretty much the rule is as soon as you put this thing on, just expect your hair to not look cool for the rest of the day. There's no recovering from it unless you get like a full bath. I've been playing a lot in my living room because that's kind of where you play video games. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to play inside of the gym, the dojo, if you will. It's pretty simple. Setting it up, you literally just go like this. You confirm the floor level. You draw yourself a box. And I can make a pretty big box right here. This is crazy. Okay, so we're going to start off with Creed, Rise to Glory. But for right now, I just want to show you some of the cool options that Creed has, because they give you like a trainer. They give you like different things that you can do. Oh, I'm signed in, baby. What's up? I wonder what happens if I can I just... Okay, so right off the bat, cool thing about Creed is that you have there's different exercises that you can do. Like, for example, I've actually never played this before, but I definitely feel like Rocky. What? Whew. Okay, so I'm in a meat pack. I'm in a freezer. I can walk around right now. Whew. Whew. So there's a little bit of aiming you can do. Hopefully I'm keeping my form okay. All right, let's try another one. Let's go, this one's really cool. I've done this one once. Where's old Sil at? Where's old Sly at? Mr. Stallone here. I don't really understand what this is about. Hit the target before they... So you can, like, throw mitts with Rocky here. Nice, nice. So that's fun, obviously, right? All right, let's go ahead and do this. Oh, a little too fast. Actually, I don't hate that for the distancing. Like, obviously there's some like clunky aspects of it, right? Hey there, Rock. You have to learn how to time it, just like you have to learn how to time every other mitt holder. Oh. Sorry, Rock, I got carried away. So, that's fun. The timing's weird of it though. But I think after all this training, hand-eye coordination was actually not terrible. It did a good job reading it. Let me see if I can find any more things. Dodge when it turns red. Okay, let's see what we got here. What? This. Whoa. This. Obviously, it's a little more exaggerated than a regular double end bag, but it's still pretty cool. Work on your timing. But I think we got this plan. I think we know what we have to do now, and we have to challenge the top guy. Also, con, when you get sweaty and you pick it up and you put it on your forehead, it gets really greasy. So, like, this thing's already starting to sweat a little bit. Okay, so we had some slight technical difficulties, and long story short, I had to use the hotspot on my phone to record the screen recording on my laptop, which means that the quality was booty, so it was unusable, essentially. But I wanted to show you guys in an actual like living room setting anyway, and we're gonna jump right into where we left off. I'm gonna go, we'll go with old Donnie here. We're gonna fight Icy Mike with hair. We're gonna do it in the streets, baby. We're gonna be in the streets of Philly. What you'll notice right off the bat, the first things that I don't like, to block the body, you have to go like this. Not what you do, period. The second thing is the stamina. Adonis's hands, as I start to throw punches, will like start to slow down. I wish that if there's any developers watching, that you guys would look into maybe try hard mode, where like let me get tired, you know? See how my hands starting to... Okay. Come here, little Irishman. Slipping dynamic is... it's a little tricky, because stuff that I'm pretty sure I could slip IRL. Let's go with the liver shot. Ah, those hands are starting to lag behind. And then this thing's kind of cool. It's kind of like a finisher. Alright, let's open up the body a little bit. Now we gotta cover up. Oh man, he's fast. Let him get tired. You can walk around. Blocking is okay. I actually kind of like the framing. The blocking of the body I don't love. But the punches feel really cool if the stamina was better. I feel like I'm not losing too much form. If you've seen me before this, you know that my boxing isn't the best. I'm a bit of a kicker, you know, I keep it at range. Really long crosses are my deal. We're gonna go Rocky 4. All right, again, now I get to let you guys look at the graphics. Look at this packed, well, I think it's a packed stadium. Might be COVID related and you're not allowed to like fill up. All right, I'm gonna give Rocky something to montage about. Let's go. What you want, Apollo? that one hurt. Oh, with the body shot. Apollo's like good at fighting or something. Yep, now my guy's gonna be... Ooh, nice jab. Let's go. Oh, I wish I would have been able to hit that hook. That one. Ooh. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Where's Rocky at? Where's your boy? Come on. You should have thrown in the towel. Where are you? Sorry, Bello. Didn't mean to like kill you or anything. Okay. He blocked 15%. I blocked 65%. I wish I could have blocked more than that. I guess I was a little too open with my strikes. So now that we've gotten a chance to put the headset on and play around and, do very serious work, we've got a better idea of whether or not the VR headset is going to be something that can help you on a long-term training basis. Is it a novelty? Is it something that can just like kind of make training fun? Or does it check the boxes of the benefits that training should give you? The hand-eye coordination, sort of. Like, the depth perception is different because it's something that you're looking at. It's actually not terrible, surprisingly. Like, when I punch something, I'm never like, oh, that was a little bit further away than I thought it was. And I've got a pretty, like, really good idea about how good my hand-eye coordination is. It's pretty good. So I have an idea of, like, oh, that should have landed. Why did that not land? So I'm going to give that one actually, surprisingly, a yes. I'm going to give that one a yes. Moving on to cardio. It is a different level of cardio than sparring, training hard in class, rolling, shadow boxing slightly depending on how like hard you're going. Now, it's not like a crazy cardio, but you can put in a bunch of effort. For every class I've ever taught, my rule of thumb is usually you get out of something what you put into it. So if you go ham, bam, thank you, ma'am, hard body karate in this app, in this headset, and you're like really swinging for the fences and you're swinging hard, you're gonna start breathing heavy. 100%. I was sweating up a storm in the gym. Just like I would during shadow boxing, actually more so than I would during shadow boxing. Because I'm a little competitive, I don't like to lose things. So cardio, I'm actually going to give it a yes. It will get a check in this situation. Balance. I'm going to give it a no for balance. In fact, you can even play to a point where it'll get you like nauseated in your body. Well, pretty much what happens with motion sickness is that your brain thinks that you're moving and doing things when maybe your body's not moving forwards, backwards, you're staying in the same place. I'm going to give it a no for balance. The timing. It does really try and give you an emphasis on the timing. When you go pull counters or you go slips or whatever, it slows down time a little bit. Ideally, that happens for you eventually when you reach like some superhuman level of sparring. In your beginning stages, that's not how it looks, obviously. It's a little exaggerated because it's for the experience, not for the practicality of it. As far as timing goes, I give it like a half a check. It's like a check and a half, maybe. It's like a sort of yes, sort of no. And actually, you know what? I give it a yes because of all the times where you're like, oh, you see that punch loading up, whoop, pull back, strike. Oh, I see something coming, block. That kind of timing of it does actually help a little bit. Range management. Sort of the same thing as the timing. However, I think the range management could use a little more work because their arms just get super long out of nowhere. There's plenty of times where I would usually be able to pull back and do something when I knew I was at a safe range. The range management, I actually wouldn't give a check to. Not only because like sometimes the distancing of people's arms were just different than you'd expect. Like you'd think you have enough room and you pull back and you want to counter, but then they'd catch you, which I mean, I guess isn't a terrible thing to happen because it's something you need to work on. Maybe like, oh, this guy's a little bit longer. It's whatever, it happens. But the reason I really don't want to give range management a check is because you can't move forwards without like doing the run. And a lot of the time you don't have space and they just kind of pressure you and they crowd you. For this game specifically. That doesn't mean other VR games don't let you work on range management. I'm just talking about Creed for today. So if you have like access to your garage and you can play in your garage or like for whatever reason you go to your dojo to play VR, which I guess is what I did, then you have way more space and it actually becomes really fun, and I think it's way more useful too. But because the average person is not going to go to their dojo and play VR, I'm going to say no for the range management. Talking about the repetition of techniques, it's just like I talked about before. You get out of it what you put into it. I made a cognitive effort to go bang, 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 and actually throw good techniques rather than just like sit here and play the game. Psh, psh. Like, I don't want to just win the game. I want to make myself better. And I think the repetition technique is really good for people who already know how to throw these techniques, but it's not designed to teach you the technique. It's no different than like a factory, right? A factory is really good at making a cookie that you've already come up with a recipe for. If your cookie recipe sucks, the factory's going to put out a bunch of crappy cookies. So in conclusion, what does this mean? Is VR good for your martial arts experience or bad for it? Well, you get a unique experience where you get to spar, you get to immerse yourself in a different situation, a fun environment. I got to get some workouts in from home, and I got to make them fun. And especially a time like right now when you're kind of restricted with what you can do, you want to have as many options as possible to have fun working out from home. However, you get like something attached to your forehead while you're working out, which is a little weird for sure. When you sweat, it kind of gets in the cushion a little bit. So if you do go hard body karate, make sure you pat it down and make sure it dries out nicely so you don't have like stinky VR headset. Nobody wants to play with you. It's middle school all over again. And then of course you're restricted to your space. Like the movement is restricted to how much space you actually have. The different training things that you could do, like the speed bag and the heavy bag and punching the meat and then doing the 1, 2, 3 with Rocky, that was all pretty fun. I would keep doing that. Now granted, that's not going to give you anywhere near the level of skill and technique that doing that in a gym would give you. But if you already know how to do those things, why not repeat them in a different manner? You leaving me? So what does this mean? Does VR help you with your martial arts? Yes, it does. It doesn't train you in martial arts, but it does help. It gives you another avenue to explore, to work on your movement, your body. It does give you some of these benefits that we talked about. Now, is it as many as actually going into a gym and training gives you? No, absolutely not. Just like my YouTube videos, this should be a catalyst or like a Google Chrome extension towards your training. It should not be the entirety of it. It should be like 2 pages out of the book. Something that makes you flip and go, oh, that was a good experience. Okay, perfect. And then you can do this repeatedly, but it should not be the only thing that's training you. Obviously. Could it be in the future? Imagine like foot sensors so I can do like karate, kickboxing and stuff like that. Oh, that would be so cool. Hey, if you're a developer, hit me up. Let's talk. Let's do something like that. That'd be sick. Overall, I am not upset with myself for buying this thing. I think I'm going to get a lot of martial arts experience out of it, and I also think I'll probably play a whole lot of video games too. If you want one of these Oculus headsets of your own, no, this isn't a sponsored video, but if you use the Amazon link down below to get one for your loved one, yourselves, anyone else who has eyeballs and likes to play video games, it does give a percentage back to me. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Supports me, supports the channel, and I won't kick you. So that's cool. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications, and until next time, peace! I'd say subscribe or I'll kick you, but I kind of already threatened you with a kick once. So, truce?